Oh my god, you can't wait. Wait, are you here right now? Oh yeah, hi. I'm streaming now. I didn't realize you could enter my stream before I even started. That's kind of cool. But yeah, hello. Welcome to another stream. It's been a while. Yeah, I've kind of not really done any streaming. I haven't actually been really making content for the past like 10, 15 days, which has honestly been pretty relaxing. Not 15 days, for the past 10 days I haven't really done much with content, um, which was kind of relaxing. And yeah, I am just kind of going to be mining some obby. The stream is not going to be anything too special. I do apologize that it's not something a little bit more interesting, but I feel like it was kind of a good time for me to just kind of talk about what I want to do with the channel and kind of what's going to be happening in the next month or so. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of start off here by like, where have I been? And well, I've been celebrating Christmas with my family, pretty much. So, yeah, I haven't really done anything too special. I've been pretty busy, though, for the last week or so, which is why I haven't been streaming and why I haven't generally made any significant content. The only thing that's really happened was my new profile picture, which I did make a community post about, and you might have seen, which I'm very happy about. It was made by one of my friends. MD, as I've also said multiple times. Yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. She spent quite a lot of time on it, and it was very fun to kind of be in that experience of making something more artistic, or being like a part of something more artistic. In general, she's actually been supplying my profile picture for pretty much all my social media accounts for the last like 3 years, which has been kind of funny. But yeah, I was very happy with it. And yeah, I'm going to be keeping it probably for the next year or so at least. And well, sometime soon I'll probably make a banner or two or something, but that's going to have to wait. But yeah, I am just going to be kind of mining obby right now because I feel like it's something pretty relaxing while I kind of talk about the next month and kind of what I'm going to be doing. I'm probably not going to be talking for too long. I won't be streaming too long either because I do have a flight to catch tomorrow morning, so I don't want to be going to bed too late. But yeah, it has been a while since I've streamed last, so I'm kind of getting how to stream, but I'll figure it out. And yeah, but yeah, where am I going? I should probably talk about. Yeah, for the next month, I am actually going on a holiday, which I've also talked about before in previous streams. I have warned about it for a long time, but it's finally happening. I'm going to go on a month's trip where I'm going to Australia in the first 2 weeks, and then after that, I'm actually going to be going further and all the way to Japan, which is going to be very interesting. Because I've never been to Japan before. I have actually been to Australia before, which was very nice. It was a very nice trip. It was with my mom. I think it was like 5 years ago or something. But this time I'm actually going down and meeting my dad in Australia. And yeah, I'm going to be going tomorrow. I'm going to be having a pretty much 25-hour long flight, or 25 hours of travel time from just getting from my country, which is Denmark, all the way down to Sydney in one flight. I'm flying business class, so it's going to be a little bit more bearable, but it's going to be a long trip. And yeah, I am pretty much going to be, I'm going to be Sydney for like 9 days. Then I'm briefly going to go visit Hong Kong with my dad and my dad's side of the family for a little bit, which is going to be pretty nice too. I have actually been in Hong Kong before too, and I remember this being quite a nice place to be. I haven't been there since the whole riot stuff and all that, but we'll see how it is. I actually use GD Launcher. It's like a pretty open source Minecraft launcher. It kind of works for everything. It has Scourge Forge mod packs, and it's very easy to work with, and you can have a whole bunch of instances, and they're nice and easily manageable. I don't use Badline, which some people use though. But yeah, it's just GD Launcher. It's basically just a vanilla Minecraft launcher, just with some more added quality of life features. But yeah, after Hong Kong, I'm gonna be going to Tokyo, which is gonna be very exciting too. Why I'm mining obsidian? Because it makes a lot of money. And also I'm leveling my bat pet right now, which is actually the final mining pet, I think, besides my snail pet, which I do want to upgrade to legendary at some point. But besides my snail pet, it's actually, I think, my final mining pet, other than the rock pet. It's one of my final mining pets that I still haven't gotten to level 100 yet, so that's why I'm mining Obby, is to level it up, because it's coal right now, so you get extra mining wisdom on public islands, which is very nice. That extra 60% mining wisdom goes hard. You get a whole bunch of mining XP. It makes a lot of money. Obby mining is really, really good for money. I don't know exactly how much money I'm making. I could probably calculate it, actually. Wait a minute. Give me a moment. If we go on Bazaar, let's just check Obby prices right now. Because Obby prices vary quite a lot. But right now, they're actually pretty good. 3,500 each. If you do 3,500 divided by 160, so that's 22 coins per Obby. And then, yeah, I get about 1 million collection power. So I make about 21 million coins per hour just from the Obby alone. Which is pretty comparable just to gemstone mining. And then from the petty XP, I'll probably make another couple to probably around 5 million coins extra per hour. I sound familiar, except you've only been in my stream once. Oh, no, good to hear. I guess I'm in your head already. I feel like my voice is not really that special, so there's probably other people who sound like me out there. But yeah. Basically, my point is, with this whole stream, is just kind of going to be saying goodbye, because I'm going to be gone for the next month, which also means I'm not going to be streaming for the next month. Which is not going to be too much difference from the last week or so. But yeah, I will be back though just at the start of February, and I will also make a coming back stream probably. I'll probably schedule one once I know exactly when I'm going to be back and when I'll have time for actually doing some more streams, which is going to be fun. For Obby mining, not really. It's actually quite a lot different. Obviously, you still need Devon Summer, but what's really important is a blue cheese goblin omelet, so you can do the interbreaking strat. You also want to be using inter equipment because it gets double stats on the end island, and then something like you need to have jade in your topaz slot or in your omni slot on your gems drill, and then you need a lot of gemstone, a lot of mithril powder specifically because you want to upgrade your efficient miner all the way up to 100. It makes a really big difference going for 100. I would sacrifice both mining fortune and season miner and basically anything that costs me full powder just to get to efficient miner 100 because it makes a really, really big difference. More than it makes, like, yeah, it just makes a lot big difference because of how efficient miner scales. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need. And then you need to be able to hit 6,000 mining speed while holding your drill out. And then what you do is you just use your mining speed boost with the blue cheese goblin omelet, and then you get a whole bunch of mining speed, and then that's enough to insta-break the obby, and then you run around like this. I've done this a lot. It's been my main money-making method for my normal profile, basically. It's very relaxing. I can kind of do it by autopilot. It makes really good money, too. Especially when golden dragons used to be really good for petty XP. It's been a while since they've been, like, petty XP has been really valuable, but there was a time when I started obby mining where petty XP was really, really valuable, and I actually made, for a period of time during the whole garden inflation, I think I made around, like, 45 million coins per hour for, like, a couple weeks before everything kind of settled down. But nowadays I make more like 20, 27 million coins per hour, kind of depending on obby prices, which is pretty respectable for a mining method that doesn't require any sort of setup. It is a bit expensive to get into, but it's pretty respectable. It's pretty comparable to something like gold mining just without the setup time. And that's kind of why I like it. It's also not ping dependent, which makes it really, really good for EU players, because you're insta-breaking, and because of how you're moving. It's pretty much not ping dependent at all, because whenever you're insta-breaking, the custom mining system Hypixel has in place doesn't actually get in your way. Which just means it's pretty much one of the best mining methods for EU players. Gold is pretty good too, but especially compared to gemstone mining, it's a pretty big increase in value. Gold has been kind of been competing though. It just has a bit of setup time. with good prices, yeah. I mean, you can make a lot more with gemstone too if you're a US, but for a EU player such as myself, gemstone mining kind of sucks. And obviously, you're not really factoring in setup times whenever you're saying that amount of coins per hour. I guarantee you that you cannot make that. You're a EU? Oh, nice. Are you mining Jasper or something? 120 ping normally or higher? Yeah, okay. I don't actually know how much ping I have. I think I have like 200. I don't know. I don't know why. I've heard some EU players have had fine like experiences with gemstone mining, but you also kind of have to take advantage of some more unique methods. Yeah, Sapphire? Yeah, fair enough. I have seen like gemstone prices have been like rising pretty steadily over the last couple of months. Yeah, Sapphire is kind of crazy expensive, but it's mainly the perfect Sapphires actually that are expensive. The flawless ones aren't really expensive at all. They're like 600k. This is a really good flip, actually. If you have your forge ready, you should get some sapphire gemstones, and then you should compress flawless sapphires into perfects. You can make a lot of money right now. What the hell? That's crazy. I've seen like there's a 3 mil difference in the perfects from amethyst to sapphire, even though like the flawlesses are barely any different. Topaz as well. What is going on with these perfect prices? Why is all the perfect so crazily expensive? Jade too? What? What is going on here? I get Jasper because it's a little harder to get, but like seriously? Even Ruby is expensive. What is happening? What is happening with gemstone prices? Are they okay? Look at Opal too. Oh my god, Opal is even better than Sapphire. You sound like a calm XQC. Nice. I hope I'm a little bit more understandable than XQC though. I know he's kind of his accent can be pretty interesting sometimes. But yeah. I do want to talk a little bit about like kind of what I want to do with this channel in the future. Because whenever I'm coming back from my trip, I'm definitely going to go back to streaming more regularly. I have actually kind of been missing streaming. It is quite fun and it's pretty relaxing. You don't stutter like XQC. Oh, that's only because I just started streaming. Watch me in like an hour. I'm going to be stuttering like crazy. I think XQC's problem is just that he streams for much longer than he really should be doing. But I guess that's kind of when... Hi, Mom. When I'll be back from my trip, I'm going to be back the 3rd of February. Wait, no, the 2nd of February. But I'm not going to be streaming on the 2nd. I'm probably going to be streaming on the 3rd or the 4th or something. Whenever I've like got my bearings together. But yeah, I think XG's probably just that he streams like literally 8 to 10 hours a day or something crazy like that. Which can be a bit of a problem. So I'm gonna swap my mouse from being wired to wireless now because it needed to get charged. But it's kind of annoying to sit with a cable. But yeah, I've been having quite a lot of fun with my whole storage lock series. There's 3 episodes out now, I think. 3, yeah, right, 3 episodes. I've made 3 episodes on it by now. And yeah, I've liked how like the episodes have turned out, but it seems like people are kind of not that interested in that kind of more documenting every single step of the way type video. It might be because it's just kind of been overdone with creators such as Toadstar and Sack kind of having a monopoly on the genre. So it has been a little bit disappointing. Like the first episode did pretty well, but I think that's because it had a pretty good intro and it kind of enticed a lot of people to at least watch a decent part of it. But the second or the third episode so far haven't really been doing super well, which is a little disappointing to see. So I think I'm going to be kind of changing the format a little bit instead of it being more like episodic content where it's kind of, you know, small steps. I'm going to try to make probably some more bigger, larger compilation episodes kind of going forward. Also know that's going to be a lot, it's going to be a lot more work from my side because I'm going to have to play on the profile a lot more, obviously, to kind of, you know, get these whole larger episodes created. But I think it's going to be a lot more rewarding, and it also means I don't have to be quite as like precise with my editing. I can be a little bit more surface level and kind of be a little bit more like directorial, if that makes sense. Because what I've been kind of doing with my other episodes is that I've been streaming for a little bit, and then I've kind of been taking a VOD, and then I've been dicing it up into like a compilation style video, which personally I actually find quite entertaining, but I get that's probably not what people actually want to see. So I'm going to be trying to like change it a little bit, and instead of like dissecting a VOD every single time I want to make a video, I'm going to just be kind of dissecting like, or taking bits and pieces from multiple VODs. This is the image. You're confused? Yeah. No, this is my normal profile. But there will be more stores locked in the future. I probably will just stick to kind of be streaming it mainly though, for the next little while, until I kind of feel like I have a good shot at making some kind of bigger compilation style video. But yeah, no, this is my normal profile. I've also been kind of thinking about different things I could use my normal profile, like different sort of video ideas. And I do have a couple ideas. And there's also one bigger idea and like a bigger project I've kind of been working on a little bit over actually like a few months now. I think I've been working on it for like 3-4 months now. It's kind of in the background, and I have a pretty good idea of kind of at least sections of it. But it's pretty ambitious. It's kind of like a general guide. Kind of like how Hellcastle made like a beginner's guide to Hypixel. I kind of want to make a similar one, but that's just kind of briefly encompasses like pretty much every single part of the game. Like I'm really talking like going into pretty much at least 3 or 4 niche. Pretty much, you know, I want to kind of go into pretty much every single method or like activity you can really do in Skyblock. Just kind of quite surface level, but then give kind of directions to more smaller parts. Like, for example, I want to have like a short section on obby mining, for example. And obviously a bigger section on mining in general, but specifically a section on obby mining, for example. And then instead of going, you know, into depth of how exactly you can do it, how, you know, what type of setup, what type of stuff you need, I just want to be like more general, like kind of like, this is kind of more an experienced mining method, and it takes a little longer to get into, but it's good and stuff. And then just kind of explain the brief concept that you run around in the end mining obsidian. And then instead of, you know, going into depth and actually making a guide on it, I want to link to like outside resources so people can kind of research what they want to do themselves. It's going to be more of like a fragmented guide that I want to link to, you know, whenever I hear like new people kind of get into the game. I want to have like more of a beginning leap that where you can kind of go from and go to other parts and like other places to actually find the guides to those specific methods and stuff. Hello, Cookie. How are you doing? Did you have a good day? But yeah. Other than that, though, I do also want to do some more kind of competition style videos. I might actually make one kind of focused on obby mining, because I do have a pretty good placement in obby mining. I do want to make one that's kind of more focused on mining in general, because I did make my gold mining video. I'm actually really proud of. It did really well, surprisingly well. I got like 2.4k views or something, which was really exciting for me to see that it actually was performing so well. I think it was kind of a combination of, you know, the whole kind of clickbait title and the little clickbaity thumbnail and stuff like that, but I really enjoyed making it, and it was definitely a very like fun video. You had a good day? You were waiting for the stream? Yeah, I saw you left a message in the chat on my schedule stream. Kind of funny to see. But yeah. I don't exactly know what it's kind of going to entail, like a whole like competition style mining video, because obviously the gold mining video, if you haven't seen, was kind of focused on a competition that my guild held, and I even think they still have the if I can scroll all the way up, yeah, they still have the event in the the guild description. It's kind of funny. Well, they should remove it, but it's still there. New combat video, can just struggling combat 20. That is actually something I want to kind of go into depth of. That's actually is a good idea, because I did realize that on my whole or on my source lock video, kind of playing through the early game, that the early combat levels are actually quite tough to get. There's especially a point like right before getting the end unlocked, like you need to do a lot of just grinding random mobs in general, which can be pretty difficult, which is, you know, kind of rough. Once I've 200 subs, can't wait for go even more. Thank you. It is pretty exciting. Yeah, my sub count has been growing pretty steadily. Hello, DHXI. How are you doing? My sub count has been growing pretty steadily, which is really nice to see. It's quite unlike Twitch, where like you kind of get bursts of subs at a time when you're really small. I think half my Twitch followers are also like friends of mine in some form. But yeah, and YouTube have been growing pretty steadily, which is nice to see. I do also think it's actually kind of partially due to my Storage Lock series. It seems to have quite a lot of engagement. I've noticed that the amount of likes I've been getting on my Storage Lock video specifically have been a lot more likes per view than my other videos have been. For example, my, like, how much my setup costs? Oh, a lot. I don't know. Probably like a couple billion. I don't know how much gemstone, like, chamber divan is. This is fully maxed divan's armor, and then I have a pretty, I think this is, yeah, fully maxed besides efficiency 10 titanium drill. Obviously you could upgrade the fuel tank as well, but I don't count that. But probably like 1.5 billion. Oh my god, there's fireworks outside my window. They're not supposed to do that, but I'm sorry about my dog now. Ice miners are definitely better for combat, yes, Ghostly. That's at least what I've heard. Is that you should try to speedrun the Crystal Hollows if you can, and then you should just grind Ice Walkers all the way to combat 20. Actions. Whoa. Yo. It's a little annoying having a dog during New Year's because people are firing off fireworks constantly, and it's just kind of makes them bark constantly. Nice, DH. I've done my daily enchanting. Should we do my daily enchanting? How about that? I haven't done it in a while. Also, you might have noticed from my tree scene, there's an island missing from here. I tore it down. There's also no longer farms on the bottom. I think my resistance is really low right now. Yeah. There's no longer farms on the bottom of my island, and I've kind of torn down a whole bunch of things, because I've kind of been on a cleanup spree. Yeah, it kind of sucks because they're scaredies. Yeah, I think I'll do a metaphysical experiment. How about that? Something to take a break. Let's see if we can drop another snipe for. That would be kind of funny. I know enchantings aren't exactly like the most exciting thing in the world, but I hope you can bear with me here. I think I'll just go to round 6 though, because I don't feel like going all the way to round 9. This one, it's kind of slow. Oh, oops, I forgot you had to go to round 7 if you want to go to round 6. Don't delete the heart, I'm good. I won't delete the heart, no worries. I keep it there. It's a nice part of my island now. You believe in my luck? Thank you. Oh my god, why are they keep firing stuff off? I do apologize, but I can't really do anything about them. They are kind of breaking the law. You're not supposed to be firing off fireworks on the 2nd, but... hey. What am I gonna do about this? Fucking go over there and shoot them? I don't even have a gun. Have fun with your GTA mission. Power 5. Not quite what we're looking at. You're shooting fireworks outside my house, sorry. Oh, damn. Could you stop, though? My dog is going crazy right now. Probably can't hear him in the back. Or her in the back. Nothing so far. Protections of Cubism. Nothing interesting. Looking like another dud. MF Doom? What? Yes, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Raz. Silk Touch, huh? I don't think I need Silk Touch for anything. Not something I really need to spend, yeah, okay. Absolutely nothing. Well, let's get back to hobby mining now. That was enough enchanting for the next probably couple of years. I wonder how my bat pet has actually gotten up. I know my heads-up display is saying it's only 78, but I'm pretty sure it's significantly higher than that at this point. Yeah, almost 85 actually. It goes so fast when you're leveling up mining pets. it's so nice and easy. Compared to combat paths, it's so bliss, because you just like sit down and then it's like, they just level up. Bye-bye, THXI. I was a rapper? Oh man. Unfortunate. I don't really follow rap, but that's sad. I still remember Mr. What was his XXX Tentacle? I mean Tentation. I shouldn't, yeah. He got shot in his car or something, right? In his Lambo, which was pretty tragic. It's a few years ago now, though, so I don't know. There's probably still some people who are kind of roughed up about it, but I never really listened to rap, so it's not something that I care too much about. Yeah, I used to call him something a little bit not safe for work. But yeah, I've heard some of his music though. It's decent. I don't mind it. I have pretty narrow taste in music though, so I can kind of listen to most music, but unlucky. Yeah, I can listen to most kinds of music, but there's only really a couple types of styles of music I truly like enjoy and listen to in my free time. Because it's very depressive, yeah. I've noticed a lot of like rappers who sing about being depressed have like taken their own life. There was also the what was this called? The other guy, the Swedish guy. I don't know if he was a rapper or if he was a DJ, but he was like also making kind of depressive songs and stuff. But he was much more mainstream than XXXTentacion. You don't like him? Fair. I never like really cared for him either, but I know there was a lot of press about it. DJ, but you've got his name. He is DJ, yeah. Yeah, he was like a Swedish house guy or something, but I remember him making a lot of like really mainstream music. I just like never heard of him until he died, but I definitely had heard some of his music up until that point. I was kind of like sad about that cat, so it was like, oh man, he was good. Oh yeah, Avicii, yeah, that's the guy. That's his name. Yes, Avicii, I am talking about him. Because I know he's like inspired quite a lot of like the music scenes that I listen to a lot. I occasionally listen to house, but I don't really listen to house. I like occasionally listen to it, but it's not really my main taste. I used to listen a lot to hard style, or what's it called? Fucking hard bass. TV Girl is the best. Is that also house? Yeah, I used to listen to hard bass back in like 2017. It was really big around that time. I remember there was a whole bunch of like hard bass compilations on YouTube and stuff. It kind of started there. And it kind of slowly branched out, and I found a couple of hard bass musicians that I listened to for a couple of years, but it was a dying genre, and it very much still is to this day. I remember I listened a lot to a guy called Jame. He was like, I think it was like Latvian or something, and he made a lot of pretty decent hard bass, but then he started kind of singing in his music, and it was kind of malplaced and stuff. But he made a lot of like the really, really classical ones, like classical hard bass songs. The same with like Russian Village Boys, but they kind of branched out, and I actually still listen to them now, but they've kind of focused more on like house and other stuff. TV Girl is awesome. What's your favorite song? Nice. I don't think I've ever listened to TV Girl. Maybe I have. Probably have heard some of their music if know about them. I have heard a lot of music. My dad has like really weird music genre tastes. Like what he does, he just goes on Spotify and then he just like lets autoplay do its thing, and then it just like he plays autoplay for like, I don't know, 2 hours or something, just kind of finding the weirdest shit ever. And I one of his like favorite bands like currently is called Clowncore, which is very funny. It's kind of what you would imagine. Like imagine there's like clown sounds mixed in with like, you know, any sort of core music, like nightcore or something. Not quite nightcore, but like kind of a mix between rock and like house and stuff like that. That they just put in a bunch of clown sounds into their music. It's kind of funny. And he went to a concert with them in Paris, because they held a concert there. And I think the concert was like 2 hours long or something. But because they're a pretty small band, and they don't have that many listeners. I think their top song has maybe like 100,000 listens or something. But yeah, because they weren't a very big band, because they hadn't like existed for very long, their disco, like their whole, like their entire music playlist, like basically every single song they've ever made, only like adds up to like an hour and a half of music. I think maybe not even that. It was like not enough music to actually fill out the entire concert. So instead of what they did is that when my dad showed up, I think he showed up like when it was supposed to start. And he ended up just standing around for like 30 minutes talking with like other people who were there to see the two people play, because it was two people kind of making clowncore. He just showed up on time. Then he stood around for like 30 minutes, nothing was happening. And then 30 minutes in, one of the guys, they were kind of dressed up, so he wore a mask. He came out and he sat on the front of the stage, and he just sat there in his like clown mask and did nothing for like an hour or something. It was really weird. My dad describes it as, but people loved it. Like people went crazy when he went on stage, and then they were just like eagerly waiting. And then after like another, I don't know, maybe half an hour or something, the other guy comes in, and there was like a table or something, and I think he poured him a glass of wine or something, is what my dad told him. It was something he could like eat or drink or something. And then he took like a sip, or I think it was a sip of his glass. And then the entire crowd just kind of went crazy for this guy just sitting on stage on his own, not saying anything, not doing anything, but just taking a sip from like a wine glass. And then everyone just kind of went crazy. And then he continued just sitting there drinking the wine for like maybe like another half an hour or something. And people just kept going crazy every time he took a sip. Like everyone was super excited for that. So it ended up, I think it was like an hour and a half. I think it was a 3 hour long concert. I think that's kind of where I started wrong. But I think it was like a 3 hour long concert, and it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours into the concert, and no music has been played. Not even a single note has been played. Not a single word has been uttered. And then eventually, I think they had like a van on stage or something. The other guy, I think, came out from the back of the van, is what my dad told me. And then they started playing. And then, you know, they absolutely went crazy. And my dad says, like, to this day, that was his, like, favorite concert ever, even though 2 hours of it was just a guy sitting on stage drinking wine by himself. It was, like, really surreal to hear. That's kind of, like, the guy my dad is. That's kind of his styles of music. He also listens to a lot of, like, Pakistani Hindi music. And then he always, like, whenever we go on taxi rides or cab rides, what he does is he asks like the taxi driver if he can put on some music. And then, you know, in Denmark at least, a lot of the cab drivers are from India or like Pakistan. And then what he does is he plays Pakistan or Indian music, like absolutely blares it out the speakers, like crazy loudly, you know, Indian party music or something in Denmark. It's not very normal. But the taxi drivers absolutely love it, because that is like music they're from. It's like it's their music. So we have the most funny cab rides ever, because we just sit there listening to like Indian pop music, basically, at like 300% volume or whatever, just absolutely blasting down like roads in the middle of Copenhagen. And the taxi drivers are just loving it, because it's like, oh my god, it's my music. And it's like, it's just the funniest thing ever. Seek help. Hi, Ebbe. Have you come to ruin my stream? It's not normal. Oh no, I know it's not normal. But my dad loves it. And I think it's pretty fun. It's a fun way to like make what would otherwise just kind of be a boring taxi ride quite interesting. Because the taxi drivers really do love it, and it's really fun to see. So toxic. Yeah, for real. I was like in the cab with him, like not the first time he did it. He'd done it a lot of times without me, but the first time I was in a cab with him and he did it. The taxi driver at first, like he didn't really react, and my dad was pretty drunk, so I was like, "Is this okay?" But then, like, I think it was like 3 minutes into the song, the taxi driver like turned down the music in a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, okay." He like just probably wants us to be a little bit more quiet with it because my dad was really blasting it on full volume. And then all he did was like smile, the super wide smile, and then he just said like, "Oh my god, this is my music. This is the best." And I was like, "What the fuck? You're getting hearing damage from listening to this music, but you're loving it because it's like Pakistani pop." It's like, okay, this is like the most racist thing ever, but you're loving it. Sure, I guess. And then the taxi driver like said, "Oh yeah, like when he just like left us at our house, he was like, 'Oh, this is the best taxi ride I've ever had in my career.'" It's like, okay, well, sure thing. It's, it was just really surreal to see. But yeah, my dad really like likes listening to the most random music ever, and it really is like the thing is he likes music. Like he normally like his main genres are like mainly rock music, but he likes all kinds of music. And what he really likes to do is like he likes to study it. So like even if the music sounds super goofy, like clowncore, you should really look it up if you don't know what clowncore is. But it's the most goofy music you have ever heard in your life. You know those like random ass TikTok compilation and the background music they have playing in that? It's like that, but like professionally made, if I would describe it. But like my dad thinks it's like the best thing ever because it's like, oh, but it's handcrafted and it's like really intricate and complicated and actually like really hard to do. And like the people who made it are actually really good at like making music. Your dad loves heavy metal and rock? Nice. I actually go to a metal concert every single year in Copenhagen. It's called Copenhagen. You might have heard of it. Wait, you were Danish, weren't you? I think you told me you were Danish. Maybe you lied to me. I don't know. But yeah, no. There's a rock concert in Denmark called Copenhagen, which happens every year. It's pretty big. And my dad has been going to it for the last, I think, 5 or 6, maybe 7 years or something. Probably even more than that, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, definitely more than that. Maybe like 10 years or something. He's pretty much been to it since the start of it. Maybe not quite the first year, but like the second or third year he went to it. And I've gone with him quite a lot of times. Not every single year, but most years that I've like had the opportunity to go, I've gone. And it's always been like super nice because like I don't normally listen to heavy metal. I don't normally listen to rock, but I can still like appreciate it. I still think it's like fine music, but yeah. You have a hoodie of that festival? No way, that's crazy. Wait, didn't you? Isn't that my hoodie? Didn't I give it to you? Yeah, I wonder what music my mom likes, Mom. My mom likes jazz. There's a record player that she bought for some reason. I don't get record players, but hey, some people like them, and she listens to jazz on the record player. I don't know how unique that is, but it's at least a lot different from my dad, so that's at least something. But mom, you should change your username. You have your entire full name on display for the entire world to see. You should probably change it on YouTube at least. I've already had people find my Instagram and stuff. People who are ruthless on this platform. Good, good. But yeah. That's some more things I wanted to talk about. Let me look at my notes here. Alright. Tough luck, already know where she lives. Yeah, I know you know. You know way too much, Ibba. You know way too much. But yeah, anyway, I was gonna talk more about like kind of what kind of content I'm gonna be making in the future. Because like after I'm back, from my trip. Obviously, I said I'm going to be streaming more, and I'm going to be streaming a lot more Storage Locked, because I generally do enjoy playing on the profile. And I think after, like, Christmas is over, it's going to be a lot more, like, stable. Because I feel like it was a little unique that I got to, like, start during Christmas. It gave me a lot of, like, opportunities for, like, getting the gift talismans and, like, abusing the Jerry Island, that you normally don't have on a new profile. So I think it's going to be a lot more, like, I don't know, maybe a lot more representative of kind of how early game Iron Man actually is, instead of just being, like, running around in the glacial caves for 6 hours and opening a whole bunch of gifts or something. But yeah. So I'm going to be excited to, like, kind of do that when I come back. I'm also excited just to see kind of what happens with Skyblock in general, because a month is a pretty long time when it comes to, like, Skyblock updates. And I know there's going to be, like, a maintenance update that's going to change some more, like, I think it's, like, back-end stuff with your items or something. Yeah, on, like, the 8th, I remember my guildmate linked, like, an upcoming maintenance thread. I don't know if they posted it on the main, like, the main forums, but they've posted it in the, like, the maintenance window thing, like, planned maintenance, and the whole, you know, that website that comes whenever Skyblock is in maintenance, it's in there, I'm pretty sure, which is going to change some NBD data, probably in preparation for the foraging update, is my guess at least, because they have been changing a lot with the API changes and stuff, to kind of make it more compatible with newer versions of Minecraft, which have obviously been talking about for a long time, that they want to update Skyblock to a new version of Minecraft, or at least want to have the foraging update being a new version of Minecraft, which I am very excited for, very excited to see, kind of what it ends out. I don't think the foraging update is going to be out when I come back. Maybe it's going to have been on alpha. Nerd emoji yapping. Yeah, I yap. That's my thing. Yuli, do you not realize? Do you not realize that it's my thing? I yap. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna have, like, at least been on alpha before I come back. If not, you know, I guess not much is probably gonna end up changing, but yeah. For Aubrey mining, you need, I have a video actually linked in my description that goes in a lot more detail on kind of how you should route and how you should be thinking whenever you're Aubrey mining, actually. It's a little bit old, and I do have my old mic in it, but, yeah. I just got this drill at the point when I made the video, so I was kind of trying to figure out how to use it for Aubrey mining as well, but I go in a lot more detail on kind of how much money you can make and stuff like that. It's a little outdated because it's like, back when Golden Dragon prices were a lot better and stuff. But the quick 2 cents of it is basically get 6,000 mining speed, get a blue cheese goblin omelet, and then just do what I'm doing right now, running around in circles here in this specific spot on the end island, insta breaking. And then whenever a mining speed boost run out, you just you warp to your island and then you warp back to the end. I make about, I think it's like, I don't exactly know how much it is, but it's probably somewhere around like 22 to 25 million coins per hour right now, because I'm not sweating too hard. It's pretty decent. In raw RB, I'm making 22 mil, but I also get a lot of petty XP, which obviously it does add up to a decent amount of money as well. It used to be a lot of money. It used to be like 10 million plus per hour, but I think nowadays it's more like 5 million per hour, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on the pets you're leveling. But obviously for now, all that pet XP is just going into my own bat pet, which I am going to be keeping, so I don't, you know, make that money per se. It's meant to actually get it to level 100 so I can get pet score, which is actually something I learned about not too long ago. If you didn't know, level 100 pets gave an extra pet score than not level 100 pets. And I'm not sure if it's specifically only legendary or mythic pets, but I know at least legendary and mythic pets give you an extra pet score whenever they're actually level 100. Which is kind of interesting, because I didn't know that. And actually means that having level 100 pets will eventually give you Skyblock HP, because every single pet score, I think, is like equivalent to free Skyblock HP or something. Which actually is quite a lot, but yeah. Or it's like one. I don't exactly know what the conversion is, but it's a decent amount of Skyblock XP. Yeah, I am getting pretty close to level 320. So I am kind of making small steps towards that. If I really wanted to go for level 320, I would be doing something like farming right now, because that is by far the weakest part of my profile, and I could probably get to level 320 in a couple of weeks of just farming, but yeah. I could do something like burning a fire recruiter right now, but basically you need a blue cheese goblin omelet. If you don't have one, you can technically still do the method, but you need to have a 7,500 mining speed, which is not really feasible. I have a pretty maxed out setup. I do have some, upgrades in the heart of the mountain that isn't quite maxed for mining speed, which means I could probably get another 500 mining speed just from the heart of the mountain. But other than that, I have pretty much everything maxed, and I only hit 6,300, so you need blue cheese, basically. It's technically possible without, but you pretty much need a Devon Drill at that point. So just get a blue cheese. It's the best way. But yeah, back to Kudra. I could be doing Burning and Fire. I do actually have a decent amount of Nether Stars at this point, because I have been doing a lot of bestiary grinding in the Crimson Isles. Where's my Nether Snack? There it is. Yeah, I do have 126. You have a Devon Drill? Oh. Okay, well, you can try. You can go for it. I recommend trying to use Scava then. The extra mining fortune doesn't add up to like be as much money per hour as petty XP would, but it's still a good way to just get into the method and see if you like it. But yeah, Kudra, it takes a lot more attention, and it takes a lot more active attention from me. It's a lot harder to do, so it's a lot harder to stream specifically. I can probably do it, and I could probably have been doing it, but I wanted to have a more relaxed money-making method. And yeah, other thing about Kudra is you can't do it all the time, because you need Nether Stars, and if you don't have Nether Stars, you can't do Kudra, so it doesn't really count as like a main money-making method, or like as a money-making method in the same way, because it has prerequisites. It's kind of like saying that, oh, as long as you have like a godly M7 party or F7 party, you're making 50 mil per hour. It's like, yeah, technically you can make 50 mil per hour, but odds are you're going to have to deal with some party finder monkeys, at least at some point. During those, like, 30 hours or something, you're going to be doing the method to afford whatever you want to buy. So, like, while theoretically, yes, I could be doing Bernie Kudra and make more money, it's also, it's not nearly as consistent. As well as, you're going to be relying on RNG, such as God Roll Aurora, God Roll Crimson as well. Whereas mining is just, you go up here, do the method, you don't think about it, and you make money. Which is why I like mining so much. It's so much easier. You don't have to worry about like rates and stuff nearly as much as you do with like dungeons and stuff. You don't have to worry about being fast. You don't have to like worry about all that stuff, which is really nice for me. It's kind of how I play the game, or how I enjoy Skyblock. It's kind of like a hobby, It's not my full-time job. Whenever I want to do something that's a little bit more difficult, I edit videos, because that shit is really difficult when you don't really know what you're doing. But I will probably do some Kudra streams when I ever come back from a trip. But yeah. My goal in the game, I honestly don't really have like a solid goal. I have a couple things I'm kind of going for. I'm going for level 320. And then I'm going on my YouTube channel, I'm going for 500 subscribers so I can enable members. Little quick plug here, remember to subscribe. But I'm also actually currently, I'm going for top 1000 in mining, which I'm actually getting pretty close to, mining HP specifically. At top 1135. I think I'll make a video on both that, and then yeah, my Skyblock level as well. My Skyblock level isn't quite as good. I'm not nearly near top 1000 with my Skyblock level. Top 5,800 at this point, but yeah. I still have a long way to go with my Skyblock level. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working towards right now. Then also making money. Right now I'm very broke, but there's a couple of reasons for that. Or mainly the reason is I've invested all my money currently. All the liquid cash I had on me, because I'm obviously leaving for a month, and there's no real reason to have just 500 mil sitting in my bank. I think I had like more like 700 mil just sitting in my bank. It's much better to just invest those coins and then, earn money passively while you're gone. It's actually a really, like, solid thing to do is if you ever plan on quitting Skyblock for typically longer than a month, you should do it. But you can do it for like if you're just leaving for a month, but especially if you're leaving for longer periods of time, like half a year or a year, or if you don't even know if you're going to come back, a good way to like have a pretty good boost whenever you do come back, in terms of coins, is just invest in pet skins. Invested everything, yeah. It's a good idea to do. Obviously, invest in like a pretty decent minion setup first. Something like tier 11 slime minions with enchanted hoppers is a really solid choice. Personally, I don't use slime minions. I have a couple slime minions, but I mainly use red sand minions, which are quite upgraded at this point. So I've also invested a bunch of money. I had a bunch of red sand cubes laying around, and red sand cubes were really cheap for some reason. I think they dropped to like 200k per, which is just stupidly cheap. Because like red sand obviously is like 5k per, which is actually pretty cheap right now. Enchanted red sand is actually pretty cheap right now. But yeah, right now red sand cubes are 500k, but a couple days ago they were only like 200k, and they were like, that's stupidly cheap for red sand cubes. So I bought like, I think 70 mil worth of red sand cubes and just pumped it into my minions just to like upgrade the setup in general. And then I swapped them to be generating soul flow instead of just red sand, because if you have red sand minions, you do need to check in to them quite often, because red sand cubes don't sell for as much as just red sand. Blah, 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 blah. More or less, I just optimized my minion setup for leaving as well. So I spent kind of the last couple of days kind of liquidating some parts of my profile that wasn't really good investments, and then upgrading my minion setup, and then spending a whole bunch of money on pet skins. I can actually show you after this lobby is done. But yeah, in terms of content, when I'm coming back, I am probably going to be making a video, maybe a combined video of me hitting level 320 and getting top 1000 in mining XP. If not, maybe like one video on each, kind of just depicting my journey there. I think could be a decent video idea. Also, I have kind of been thinking about branching out a little bit more, maybe playing some modded Minecraft, maybe playing some more SMP content, because I don't really know exactly what I want to do. I'm doing pretty well on my Iron Man. I haven't played on it since my last stream. My ping is like 200. I'm EU, so it's pretty high. That's also kind of why I don't enjoy Dungeons and Kujas as much, because it's a lot more ping dependent than some other things. A lot of times you just kind of get stuck in weird blocks, or you just kind of lag back and stuff. It's just a pain to deal with. There's disconnects happening all the time and stuff. Also, somehow my ability is on cooldown for longer than the ability cooldown. What? My ability was on cooldown for 121 seconds instead of 120 seconds. How? Excuse me, Hypixel. So my bat leveled up too, I think. I hope the game is not too loud, by the way. Please tell me if I need to lower the volume. I think I have it on a pretty decent level, though. That's actually something. One of the reasons why I actually like hobby mining so much, other than it's being consistent, there's no, setup times, all those other benefits. It's just the sound that hobby makes. Like whenever you get that, like efficient miner proc, it's just such a satisfying ding. It's like that. The Skyblock XP ding. You know how satisfying that is. Like every single time you mine hobby, it's like a mini Skyblock ding. It's just so satisfying. It's like the most satisfying thing ever. Gold is arguably a little bit more satisfying because you get even more dings, and you kind of get that feeling that you're carving through cheese, which is something I realized when I went for my 100 mil gold collection, that I made a video on. Shoutouts. I think it's called How I Beat the Second Best Gold Miner in the World. Very nice video. You should watch it. But yeah, it's kind of one of the reasons why I enjoy mining so much compared to like other things. I do enjoy like a lot of combat related features, especially slayers, and ghost grinding. Actually, I'm kind of one of those lunatics that enjoy ghost grinding. I don't know why. It's just one of those things that as well is just really satisfying. Thank you, Mensa. Hope to see you when I'm back. But yeah. Well, stretching. But yeah, I will actually quickly show. I wanted to show my pet skins that I got. I had invested in music rooms. I actually bought these for gems because what I do is I save true cookie prices, and then I buy typically fire sales with gems, and then I use those fire sale items and I sell them on the AH, and then I buy cookies with them, and that's how I get my cookies. They have kind of calmed down a little bit. There was a little spike where they kind of went up to like 90 mil or something, but yeah, I bought a couple of Ender Knight skins. Seen these actually have dropped a bit. But for season subscription skins, for example, I think I bought this for 80 mil, so it's already gone up. This I had already. These I had already. This I bought a whole bunch of baby Ender Dragon skins because they were cheap, basically. I don't actually think these are going to go up very much, but they're really cheap, so why not? Some Midnight Baby Yeti skins, some Golden Scather skins, and that's pretty much what I bought. I bought a Spellbound rune as well, just because I had a Grand Freezing rune, I had a Meow rune, so I thought, hey, might as well. Yeah, this is kind of my investments chest. You can see it's pretty beefy, especially the Cyberpunk Wither goggles. This one shot up a lot. I think I bought this with gems originally, back when the fire sale for them was out. I also even bought like a celestial pair of goggles, but I ended up selling them for my hype, basically. They weren't quite as much. I think they were like 50 or 60, maybe 70 mil. They've just kind of kept going up though. I am kind of cautious with investing in them though, because they're really expensive at this point. I do think they're going to keep going up for a little bit, but because they're so expensive, they can very easily drop a lot of value. What's up, switch up? What? Yeah. I did also actually buy for coins. I actually bought a Warden helmet skin. I don't actually... Where did I put my Warden helmet? Where the hell did I put my Warden helmet? Did I misplace my Warden helmet? Okay, I don't know where it is. But I bought a Warden helmet skin. Hello. The recent one, the mythic one, or like the ultimate rarity or whatever the rarity they called it. I bought that one because it looked cool. And yeah. It's actually, I think it's like my second or first ever skin I've applied to like any of the things I've owned. Because I've kind of been anti-cosmetics, but it looked so cool, and I was like, yeah, I had a 100 mil laying around. I could afford it, so I went ahead and bought it. And applied it. So I instantly lost like 20 million in value there, but I wanted it, so hey. Generally, I've only really been investing in skins though. There was a time when I did kind of buy skins with the intent of actually using them, but then I kind of realized that skins were crazy good investments, and then I kind of stopped really thinking about them. I do actually quickly want to see if I do have my Warden helmet around, because I do not know where I put it. Is it up here? It's to put stuff in here whenever I enter my inventory. No. Where the hell did I put my Warden skin helmet? Not in there. Not in there. Not in there. Not in here. Can I see it anywhere? Did I lose my Warden helmet? There's no way I lost my Warden helmet. That would be horribly tragic. Is it in my wardrobe for some reason? No. This is a little concerning. Where is my Warden helmet, please? You can't salvage a Warden helmet, right? Pretty sure you can't. Give me a moment here. I've kind of been organizing my chest, and I think I might have just accidentally put it in the chest somewhere. Maybe, is it in my skins chest? Did I accidentally put it in here? Checking the value out here. It's probably the best bet, actually, just to check my value, see if it's like... There's a chest that has like a value of 200+ million. Somewhere. Is it my misc? No, it's not. My gold? No. My little pet? No. Oh, plasma nucleus in here, which I probably will actually end up using. I moved my harp as well, because it was kind of in a funny spot, and now it's in an even more funny spot. Made my own problem worse. I also have a chimera in here that I just haven't bothered selling. I have so many weird things everywhere. I have a water hydra head in there. I had more water hydra heads, but they shot up in price at some point, so I decided to sell them. I cannot find my Warden helmet. What is going on here? Please, don't tell me I somehow lost my Warden helmet. I will actually cry. It was like my first in-game item I ever got. Please, where the hell is it? I'm getting a little terrified here. It has to be somewhere. Like, there's no reason. Where would I have put it? Here? And here? Maybe in here? No. Did I put it in one of these? There's 200 million value in here, but that's scary fragments. No. Where the hell is my warden helmet? What the fuck is going on? Please. Did I accidentally put it in my... What? No. Not in my furniture chests. Not in my cosmetics chest. Not in my misc chest. Not in my redstone. I haven't been into half of these chests in like years. Where are these? Where did it go? Uh-huh. Is it on my profile? Can someone see it? What the fuck? To put it in like this chest? No. What the fuck is going on? Where is my warden helmet? Okay, don't worry, it's on my profile. Okay. That's good. I'm glad. I would be much more worried if it wasn't. I guess I'll... Oh, it's in here. Wait, it's in here. Oh, it's right there. I found it. Yeah, I found it. It's my ender chest. I think I was looking for the white one instead of the skin, but yeah, it's right here. I bought the skin. It's really cool. You can swap it between like a whole bunch of different things. I think you need like technically Rev Slayer XP to be able to use some of these variants, but I have literally like 5 mil overflow, so they were just all unlocked instantly, and yeah, you can make it like pink and stuff. It looks really cool because it's animated too. It's like, oh. But the main reason I bought it is because it fits really well with Crimson Armor. It's like very nice fitting with Crimson Armor. Not specifically this variant. Like this variant's still good, but specifically this orange variant fits extremely well. It basically just looks like you're wearing Crimson Armor. Which I really liked, so that's kind of why I bought it. It's probably a pretty good investment if you do plan on investing in skins too. Yeah, I will just put it here just so I don't lose it again. Old dragon died as well. Oh, now I'm mining in Crimson. It's probably not the best idea. There we go. I do also actually have a Divan's helmet skin. But I haven't applied it because honestly I kind of like the base Divan texture. It fits really well with the gold armor. I'm very much one of those people that kind of try to make mashing outfits. It's kind of funny because I remember when I bought those, I briefly showed you the Cyberpunk goggle skins. I bought both a Celestial skin, but I also bought more. I bought like 3 or 4 Cyberpunk goggle skins. Which I've sold over time for cookies and stuff, for different stuff. I don't exactly remember what I sold them for, but a bunch of different stuff. Doesn't really matter. You hate CSGO. I wonder what you've been doing, Cookie, huh? I think you've been playing CSGO, maybe? Is that? I feel like that's a good guess. But yeah, I bought a lot of the Among Us ones because they sold out a lot quicker, and I thought by sure they were like the much better skin because they were rainbow and stuff like that. But it actually turns out the Celestial goggles are actually to this day, and have been pretty much since the release of the fire sale, have been the more valuable skin, even though both sold out pretty much instantly, and even the Cyberpunk ones sold out, I think, even faster than the Celestial ones. And, well, it's just mainly, like, the main reason I see why it's liked more than the other one. It's not because it's, like, a better skin, because it's honestly kind of boring if you look at it, Celestial. I think, yeah, right here. Celestial Wither goggles. It's pretty boring. I don't know if I can make it get a bit bigger version of it. I probably can't, but it's pretty boring. Like, in comparison, the Cyberpunk goggles ones are a lot more interesting because they change color and, like, they're rainbow. Can't see it because it's an item, but when they're applied, they're like a rainbow. But because the Celestial skin fits a lot better with, like, with Storm armor and Aurora armor, it's actually the skin that sold the best, and it actually has the highest price now. Which was kind of interesting. Enchanted cake? What? What enchanted cake? I have a lot of enchanted cakes in a lot of bags. I have my New Year's bag. That's filled with enchanted cakes. It's not that full, though. I haven't gone out and bought, like, different cakes, different New Year cakes for my New Year kickback. So I only have 19. Only the ones I've actually been able to attend. Even though I've technically been playing Skyblock for like 300 something years at this point. And Skyblock years, right? I've only had 19 cakes. This kind of shows my lack of dedication to events in general. Like, I kind of just play the game whenever I feel like it, right? I don't have a schedule at all. I actually, funny story, yesterday I woke up and I was like playing Skyblock and I saw that Cole was going to be the next mayor, so I kind of geared up for powder mining because I knew I wanted to do an obby mining stream for my last stream at that point. And I thought, hey, might as well just get some more obby, like some more powder, so I can obby mine a little bit more efficient, because I'm still missing a little bit of powder. It's only really mithril powder that I'm missing a little bit of to get my wisdom perk, like a little bit higher. It's like pennies, it doesn't matter at all, but, you know, I just still wanted to do a little bit of powder grinding, because it's like one of those parts of mining that you always need to do a little bit of. And then I logged on like 4 hours later after getting set up, just because I didn't have time to play anymore when I first set up. And I just started powder mining. And then someone in the chat like asked, after I've been powder mining for maybe like an hour and a half, it was like, so how's everyone's fiesta doing? And then I realized like, oh, wait, it's mining fiesta. What am I doing? And at that point, like the mining fiesta had been happening for like 3 hours, and it was like, I was just powder mining in the middle of a mining fiesta. Like, what are you doing? Why are you powder mining? So I kind of realized, oh shit, I should do something else. And then I pivoted to mining some obby, and then I actually did quite a lot of obby mining. So I still ended up earning like, I think it was like 80 million, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 100 million worth of obby, which was pretty nice. A nice little boost in cash. But yeah. I don't really pay attention to events at all. It's also kind of one of those reasons why I kind of dislike farming, because it's so based on Jacob events, and you have to actually do good in events, which is something I really struggle to. Just because I can't really get myself to sit down and spend a whole bunch of time preparing for an event and just actually executing that plan at the event and stuff like that. So it just kind of, I'm not really a guy to follow a schedule, as you can probably tell from my screaming or my lack thereof. I'm very chaotic with kind of what I do. So yeah. Other when combined with other reasons I've already mentioned before, but yeah. This is also why I kind of want to explore more other options in specifically Hypixel Skyblock, because I do really love the game and I definitely still like playing it, and I do think I'm gonna want to play it even more after not playing it for a whole month, which means there's definitely going to be more Hypixel Skyblock videos coming out once I actually come back from my trip. But I also do eventually want to try out maybe some other servers, want to try out some other style Minecraft content. I do want to keep it to Minecraft with this channel, because I feel like it's pretty Minecraft oriented. I do want to try stuff like maybe even playing on an SMP, maybe playing a little bit of modded, maybe even playing on something like Faceland, for example, the server I showcased in one of my streams. Maybe starting a new Windcraft playthrough, something like that, you know? Just something new. Because I know I could probably just exclusively play Skyblock for a while, and I know I could probably keep doing that for like at least another 3-4 months, but I know at some point I will start getting burned out of Minecraft or Skyblock, because I have been burned out of Skyblock before. And I've seen what happened with Fearless, for example, the #1 Iron Man. Like, I'm in his guild right now, and I can tell you, he doesn't play that much anymore. Like, he really doesn't. He's also said in his own videos that he's taking a pretty long break, because he's pretty much at this point finished his profile. I think the only thing, I think he might not even have anything left. Maybe there's like a couple things he's still technically missing for Skyblock HP wise, but pretty much has his entire profile completed at this point. And he said he's been feeling really burned out and has been for a long time. So, you know, I do feel for that, and I don't want that to happen to me. So that's also why I kind of want to, you know, do some other things. I do really like Minecraft, and I do also play other games in my spare time, but, you know, just to keep myself engaged and actually wanting to do stuff like YouTube, because YouTube is very much a hobby, and that is very much actually something else I want to talk about. It's my channel. I'm not trying to like monetize my channel super much. It obviously would be nice if I could make some money off it, but it's not my first priority. I'm not going for like subscribers, even though obviously I've said I'm going for 500 subscribers multiple times. But I don't care too much about stats. I do care a little, but it's not my priority. Like my priority is very much just enjoying the game and showing something off I enjoy doing. And obviously trying to get better at it. I enjoy getting better at stuff, and I enjoy getting better at creating content, getting better at streaming, getting better at all these things. And it's something I wanna also do in the future and keep getting better at what I'm doing. Because I know right now I'm not that good. There's way better YouTubers out there. There's way better Skyblock YouTubers out there. And I do realize that. And, you know, that's completely fair. But I also do want to, feel like I'm improving myself and feel like I'm improving the channel. While still, remaining to something that I enjoy making. So yeah, that is pretty much just kind of my goal. It's just get better at something. It's kind of why I started YouTube. It's just getting better at something. It's my main goal. Having something to do. Always like having a hobby to go towards. But yeah. Obfuscated free diamond times 64. That is actually crazy. There's no way that's real. Having a stack of obfuscated diamonds, that is insane. Oh my god. Like, obfuscated frees, especially, they're not, like, the hardest thing to get in the world. Like, they're pretty reasonable to get, but, like, having a stack of them, that's insane. That is so many obfuscated you have to fish up. Because, like, it's 1 in 500 for it to be diamond. That's just crazy. I guess it is a money-making method, yeah, but, like, still, holy shit, having 64 of them? That is nuts. Trophy fishing for obfuscated free... Yeah, wow. That's funny. That's actually really funny that they're saying that, because it's something I, like, realized I used to trophy fish quite a lot. Like, back whenever I came back from Skyblock, basically. I trophy fished, a lot. So doing some shorts. I could actually do some shorts. I have actually been considering doing shorts. Just kind of, because shorts are very popular, and I know that people watch a lot of shorts, and shorts get kind of pushed to a lot of different people. And I do want to probably do some shorts at some point, but not right now. Maybe when I come back, I'll make like a short on promoting a video or something. That could be a good way of promoting my channel, but yeah. Also, Bad Pet is officially over halfway to level 100, which is really exciting. If you didn't know, I think it's like pretty much at the end of 91, then you have a pet at halfway to max level. And that counts for every rarity. Because the only thing that changes with rarities is like how much XP you need to get it to level 100. Like the spread of XP doesn't change. But yeah, halfway to level 100 on Bat. Very nice. I'm not really going to be using Bat, but as I also mentioned before, it's just for the pet score. But yeah, back to trophy fishing. The most interesting thing to do in Skyblock. I've told the story before, but I used to be a very big fisher and very big into fishing in general. So that's kind of what I did when I came back, and I started trophy fishing as well, because I wanted to unlock the Jarpus sea creature and stuff. And then I like kind of didn't stop because I realized I was making pretty decent money, and then I got a little bit into obfuscating fishing, and then I really quickly realized that obfuscating fishing gives you a stupid amount of magma fish, like a stupid amount of magma fish. And I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Why am I getting so many magma fish? And then I, checked the wiki, and I realized because every single obfuscated free is like worth 300 magma fish or something crazy like that, which is just nuts. And because of how like you can kind of do obfuscated fishing, you can really like get crazy amounts of obfuscated fish in really a short amount of time. That's also kind of what they mentioned. It can actually be a really good money making method. You want to try to do that at some point. How much is the obby mine worth? It's worth a lot of money. I am currently the 95th best obby miner. I have been in top 70 at some point, but that was a long time ago. I think I reached top 69 at some point too. But RB collection has gotten a lot more competitive since then. But yeah, I've mined, what's that, 152 mil at around 20 coins a piece. That's kind of what I think I've been selling around at. So if we do that pretty quickly, at 22 coins, so about 3.3 billion coins of hobby I've mined. It's quite a lot of money from one thing. That's kind of how mining is. You mine one thing and then you earn a kind of ludicrous amount of money, because you really do use it to fund the rest of your profile. Especially when you play the game like me, where you kind of try to be pretty balanced with what you go for. And I've earned even more than that as well, because that's not even accounting for stuff like, or for petty XP, which is also has been a very large part of the amount of money I've made from hobby mining. You can probably add like another 600 to a billion coins on top of that to get like the total amount of money I've earned. But honestly, it's pretty typical that you kind of get a mining collection that's kind of up there in those numbers. For most people, it's going to be gemstone mining. A lot of people end up going for like a billion gemstone mines, which is equivalent to about, is just selling to NPC is equivalent to 4 bill, but you can typically get a little bit more if you sell to Bazaar. It's a pretty common way to kind of get into the game, is finding like getting into mining and then choosing a mining method and then just kind of doing it until you get enough coins to pretty much do everything you want to do in the game. For me, that was definitely the reason I got into hobby mining in the first place, was to have like a solid money making method. But it's not why I'm still doing it at this point. I do it because I enjoy doing it. And yeah, it's just kind of a really relaxing method, as I've said before. But yeah, in general, I've just kind of been doing it because it's good for money and because it's good for my enjoyment of the game. And just mining in general is just always fun for me. It's really a weird thing because it's very much like kind of the clicker game addict inside of me that enjoys it. Because of like it's really very much it's just kind of number going up. It kind of is an incremental game in the sense that like you mine money, you get upgrades, you mine more money, you get even more upgrades, you know, kind of an infinite loop in that way. Just for Skyblock, it's obviously it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's not just, you know, mine a set amount of money, you get an upgrade, then you get even more money, and then you get an upgrade, and then you get even more money. And it doesn't really scale infinitely like most incremental games do. Simply because that wouldn't work in an economy, period. If you had infinitely scaling money making methods, everything would be worthless, because like everyone would have an infinite amount of coins at some point. So like no matter what price anything would be set to, it wouldn't matter, because it would be, you know, not enough coins. Kind of the same thing that happens with OP prisons, and why they kind of need to keep restarting. The same thing with factions, like old school faction servers, old school OP prison servers. They kind of have that infinitely scaling nature, which kind of means that at some point their economy just kind of dies, which calls for resets. Which, you know, it's just kind of how the game works, and definitely a part of why people enjoy those games, right? Because they are kind of infinitely scaling. But it also has been, I feel like, the main reason why those servers kind of have died at this point. Because I do think there's still like OP prison servers out there. There definitely is, and there's definitely still faction servers out there, although most of them has been kind of been converted into SMPs because they've been more popular. Like removing the whole economy aspect of the game, because at this point Minecraft does actually have enough content to kind of be pretty interesting just to play vanilla. And that's kind of how many people enjoy the game, which is very respectable. But yeah, it's kind of been the reason I feel like, you know, a lot of faction servers and OP prison servers have died. It's just been kind of the whole exponentially scaling economy type deal that just means that eventually any sort of faction server and any sort of OP prison server has to restart, like reset everyone's progress. And no one really likes being reset completely. There's some masochists out there that don't mind it and do enjoy it, and it's obviously an opportunity for new players to get into the game. But it does mean that veterans will eventually kind of quit, just because you know, you do end up just doing kind of the same thing over and over again, even if, you know, there's a new map every single time a server resets, or there's something new every time a server resets. You're still resetting, which means you still have to do a whole bunch of those maybe more tedious early game things over and over again, which a lot of people just don't enjoy. Which is why, you know, servers like Skyblock have seen a lot more popularity. And just generally MMO servers and MMO games have a lot more popularity and a lot more sustained popularity, because they have these kind of, in the initial, they kind of hook you with these exponential growth curves, right? Like when you're first getting into mining, you know, you kind of go from making no money to all of a sudden going and making a whole bunch of money, just by, you know, grinding powder, getting better gear and stuff in the early game. But then you kind of plateau and you kind of get this flat line that you kind of ride pretty much until you max out the game, and then you kind of always at that. Then you can kind of try to do other money making methods, and they might go up and make you a little bit more money, but you will always kind of have a hard limit on how much money you can make per hour, which just ensures that the economy doesn't go too crazy. Obviously, having a lot of players and having a lot of growth is good for economies too. It's kind of the entire reason economies work, is that people come and, you know, use them. The more people that are in an economy, generally the more stable it is. It's why stuff like the US dollar, for example, is a really stable currency. It's why the euro is a lot more stable than individual countries' currencies, such as, just look at, I think it was the Argentinian peso or something. It sucks. Even though they're in, wait, no, not Argentina, is it? Is it Argentina? It might be Argentina. There's a country I know in Europe that kind of has, oh no, it's Portugal, isn't it? I think it's Portugal. I don't remember. There's a European country which currency, like, kind of has died in the last long time. And yeah. It's just kind of, you know, more people using an economy or using a coin just means that a few bad actors or a few smaller or even bigger mistakes can kind of easily be absorbed into the economy, and means that it doesn't have that big of an effect, or consequence, at least in reality, on like the currency's value, which is obviously good. But yeah, I have been streaming for about an hour and a half now, and I do feel like it's coming to an end. I pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Quickly check my list. But yeah, I will quickly recap it. I am going on a trip tomorrow. I'm going to be taking a plane. I'm going to be going to Australia, and I'm going to be traveling around in Tokyo and in Hong Kong. But I'll be back in February, and I'll probably be back with a stream that I will schedule. You can probably find it at some point in the next month or so. I will make sure to schedule it and put it up and make a community post about it. And you can obviously tune in then. And I will be talking a little bit more about specifically what I'm going to be doing in the short term at that point, but I don't think that's too relevant right now. And yeah, otherwise, there won't really be anything on my channel. I know I did kind of promise that I wanted to pre-record, and I was pre-recording videos. And I was originally going to do that, but I got really sick over this holiday season, right after Christmas Eve. Pretty much right when I was about to actually start making some more content or some more videos. And because my storage logs videos haven't been performing too well, I do want to kind of switch the content around, so I don't feel like it was really worth trying to just force out more videos just for the sake of having videos going up while I'm gone. Especially since I was feeling pretty ill at the time, so that's not going to happen. There's not really going to be anything going on my channel until February, but I hope to see you when I come back. And yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good point to end it, huh? Our bat went up a decent bit. We should probably check how much money we end up making. I was hobby mining a little bit before I started stream, and I don't think I ended up selling it, but yeah, about 20 mil, 26 mil. That actually does add up with the amount of time I've been mining for, so yeah, not bad at all. Pretty solid. I could probably have been made more if I was a little bit more focused, but yeah, I'll do this last little speed boost, and I'll call for today. I hope you enjoyed watching. I had a lot of fun being back streaming for the first time in a week and so. My voice is getting a little raspy, and I can definitely feel it's been a long time since I've been streaming. I know it probably wasn't the most interesting of content of everything, but I hope you kind of enjoyed just me talking about random stuff like I usually do, but also a little bit more of a future look into the channel. Welcome back, Cookie. I hope you had fun in your Use Go. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. And I'm gonna prepare for my flight tomorrow, and I'll see you in February. Bye!